Welcome back to Miss Classic and Friends in Jazz. My name is Lungani Gwala, aka Chocolate Kid Leo. I'm live here in Arizona, USA. Joining me live here is Usibongile Mngoma, all the way from Johannesburg, South Africa. Sibongile Mngoma, angwamgele with Miss Classic and Friends in Jazz. I have a few questions for you. I know it's COVID-19 and everybody is impacted, affected. But for you, how has COVID-19 impacted your life holistically, and did it lead to any depression?
Um, Thank you for that question because I was thinking about this thing Izol in fact, Tubuti. There's nothing as soul destroying as being unable to go and do the things you would normally do. And this lockdown, what it has done is it has stopped me being able to go out and do what I do. I have, I was thinking about it. I have more than some people have. I have a piano in the house. I have two violins in the house. But music is about sharing. It's for us, that's us breaking bread. And for over a year, I haven't been able to break my bread. And that has been incredibly soul destroying. Um, Virtual performances can never be the same as live performances. And just the inability to just get up and get ready to go meet up with other artists has been soul destroying. And yes, the depression has been real. Um, I guess being an activist in that sense has kept me from paying too much mind to the depression itself because I focused on other people, and that has saved me from what would have been clinical depression, I think.
Nice, powerful. My second question, Sibongile Mngoma, as an artist, you know, um, what is your daily routine? We know you as this powerful lady that gets things done. So, what is your routine, to keep you away from overthinking and at the same time making sure that you're getting things done just like you do?
Oh, what is the routine? Honestly, I would be lying if I said I still have a routine. Before, I used to have a routine. I would get up early in the morning, pray, read my Bible, and do all kinds of things, and then start my day. And khona manje, honestly, I guess the one constant is the ability to pray. Everything else has just gone to the dogs. Um, I don't have a routine that I can say is a go-to because um, ukuhlala endlini kuya-depress. Ukuhlala endlini is depressing. You want to be able to go out there. And this thing of limiting your movement because of social distancing and the protocols, the COVID-19 protocols, it sort of kills any type of routine. And everything we start getting into some kind of routine when things are changing to a different level, then we go back to another lockdown. Since 2020 March, this is the third lockdown we've been in. It's crazy. So every time you think things are getting better, and as you start getting into a pattern, then you have to go back to no structure. Ukuvulala, uvulale. No, even if you go for a walk, there's more to life than a walk. There's more.
Nice, powerful. That's really powerful. Now, a lot of people are depressed. Families, including artists. We are facing this crazy pandemic. For someone who is depressed, what kind of help do you think they should seek for?
Phew, at this stage, it's very difficult to give advice because
Hmm,
a lot of things have to be paid for.
makes sense.
So going for help requires that you have the means to pay for it. And somewhere, somehow, somebody didn't think about that little complication. If you need to go for psychiatric assessment, you need to pay for it. Psychologists, you need to pay for it. Social workers, um, even abefundis, it would be unfair to just expect them to just keep giving without getting anything. Because, the people that we go to also need some type of support. And with the way things stand at the moment, it's very tricky to say what kind of help should people be seeking because everybody is struggling one way or the other. I guess my my advice would be if you have a spiritual routine, rather go to that because everyone is struggling one way or the other. And to keep putting that kind of pressure on people is unfair. So rather go to your spiritual guides, um, whether it's God, Allah, Buddha, your ancestors, your spirit guides. Go there. You know, there's not as much pressure on them as there is on your physical support system. I was talking to a friend of mine yesterday who lost her mom, and it hit me that in a couple of days, she lost all her support system, all the men and women that have been her safety place. They all passed away, and the last stop was her mom. And as I was talking to her, it hit me that for the first time in her life, there's genuinely nobody owumuntu omdala kuye azokhalela kuye athi eh ngizwa ubuhlungu or where do I go now? So I even said to her, my friend, do you realize ithina abantu abadala manje? So we come to each other, but it's also it's difficult because we've all suffered so much loss. We don't have time to cry. We don't have time to grieve. We don't have time to mourn. So we don't heal. Every time you're thinking, okay, now I can just breathe, somebody else passes. So where do you go? Go to your spiritual guidance. Go pray, pasha, do what you need to do. But this has gone from a physical thing to a very spiritual um, place that we need to tap into. And this is the time to tap in strongly into our spirituality. This is not the time to be clever about how trained or what we know or who knows better. It's time now to just go the spiritual route and trust that our spiritual guides are there and they know better. That's the only advice I can give right now.
Wow. But I do have one question though, just you know, personal question. Um, when things get back to normal, what's the first thing that you want to do?
The first thing I want to do when things go back to normal is to go into a rehearsal room with a group of singers and instrumentalists and make music like I've never made before. That's the first thing.
Wow. There you have it, ladies and gentlemen. That was Sibongile Mngoma, currently in Johannesburg, South Africa. You are still watching Miss Classic and Friends in Jazz. This is Lungani Gwala, aka Chocolate Kid Leo. I'm gonna pass it over to Ndlovukazi at the event. I will see you. Enjoy the show.
Have a beautiful weekend.